Okay, so you're definitely wondering, why have I not got a front windscreen in the RWB? Well, let me get out and explain it to you because it's a little bit complicated. So, Nakai came and built the car. That was brilliant. And I kind of got obsessed with the car and drove it everywhere, which obviously resulted in a lot of mileage. I did something like 12,000 miles in 1 year, and the kit became absolutely knackered. It was stone chipped everywhere. Front bumper, side skirts, the back of the side skirts, it was like basically white. So it was pretty obvious I made a mistake not PPFing it. Never mind, at the beginning of the year, I was like, okay, I'll respray parts of the kit, got it resprayed, and same situation. Same thing happened, got peppered to hell in like less than 1,000 miles. So this time I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take off the kit, respray it and PPF it and it'll be perfect. And then things kind of got a little bit out of hand. Let me explain to you why. So when I first got the car 7 or 8 years ago, I had a tiny little bit of corrosion in the corner and I was like, okay, one day I will have to fix that. Well, in the last couple of years, that little bit of corrosion got much worse. And I don't know if that's because I was washing the car a lot more or using it a lot more, but that little dot spread across right here and a new dot appeared over here and some corrosion started appearing on that side. So like for the last year, I've been like, I really do need to like somewhat fix that. So when I took the kit off to get it repainted, I did ask the body shop about sorting this out and they were adamant that you have to remove the front wings, fix this rust and fix any rust behind there and basically repaint the entire front half. And I was like, well, if we're doing that, there's not much else left of the car. We might as well just do a full respray and make the car immaculate. A little bit of rust has led to that needing to come off, which has basically led to me thinking about doing a full respray. Okay, so what have I done so far? I have taken the entire RWB kit off that Nakai installed, got rid of the headlights. I'm basically prepping the car myself for the full respray. So took out the headlights. Now, with the windscreen, it was a bit more complicated because normally you would cut the gasket, get rid of it and pull the windscreen out. However, a new gasket is like £300 and also the aftermarket gaskets that are cheaper apparently don't really fit that well. So I really wanted to save the original window seal, which I managed to do. I basically worked it in the corner, kept pulling the gasket until a little hole appeared where I could quickly get a rope in, and then I just worked it all around the edge and the window just popped out, which revealed the first bit of rust that we need to deal with, which is in the scuttle down here on both sides and a little bit of rust here. The good thing is that this is all surface rust and will grind away pretty easily. There's no welding needed, no filling needed, but we don't know exactly what's going on here until the wings come off, so that's pretty much the next step. Also to prep for the respray, I've already taken the rear quarters out. That was really simple, boom, pop out. You know what, there's no sealant to do with, it's all rubber gaskets. Pop the rubber gasket and you're good. Assuming there's no crazy rust under the wings, it should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so I've got the car up in the air. I need to take the wheel off. There are a few bolts underneath for me to take the fender off. The problem with the bolts is they're covered in a coating, so I need to remove that coating, then take the bolts off, and hopefully this ring just pulls right off. Big for everything. Oh, for God's sakes, the bolt fell out. There's movement. I'm pretty sure all the bolts are off. So I think now it's a case of having to cut the sealant. When the wing's put on from the factory, it's sealed and then bolted into place, and that sealant needs to be cut out basically. That's why this thing just ain't shifting. We now need to cut the sealant that's sitting along there. And this is where my confidence drops a little bit. So I assume the first thing we need to do is remove this gasket. But I think this gasket's like glued in, yeah it is. And that's a bit of the wing. don't like it. But that wouldn't stop that. Yeah, it would. So we've got some movement on the wing now, but the only other issue now is that there is a tack belt on the left side of the wing that needs to be removed. Remove that tack belt that they do at the factory, and hopefully then the wing will have some purchase to come off. Oh, it's another bolt, Charlie. Oh, fuck me. I'm pretty sure all the bolts are off. Yes. The last little Indeed, this wing should come up now. That's barely made a difference. I just don't understand why is it glue? Is it silicone? Oh, there's something on there. It must be. There's no way. There's no way. I gave that a proper yank. Or it's all of us holding it on. Yeah, it's just a lot of glue down there.
Some there's loads there. See that bit where it's still holding?
Yeah, look at that shit. What the f*** is that? It's like...
On some detail. Beep, 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 beep.
It's getting there. It's moving now.
It's creasing here. I think there was something caught.
Yeah, it's creased.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I can't believe it creased the wing. Yeah, this is stuck down, so it's just tilting, isn't it? There's no give. Okay, well, that's breakdown. Okay, so what basically has happened, I'm not really sure what we've captured and what we haven't captured. Obviously, my aim was to get this wing off so we could see the rust underneath. Now, I removed all the bolts. I removed most of the bolts and started cutting away at the sealant. And then I started tugging, but I did forget one bolt. So once I've removed that, again, kept on tugging, kept on working at it. Unfortunately, whilst I got a little bit annoyed whilst trying to yank this off, I bent the wing slightly, but a body shop will be able to just weld and pull that out. Not too much of an issue. So we managed to cut all the silicone sealant at the top, and then I found out that it was also silicone sealed going all the way along the bottom. So even if I was able to free this was also stuck. So I ended up getting a heat gun with a friend. He was heating up the bottom of the panel, and it was literally just a case of get it red hot, try and melt the silicone, and then just once we got that little bit of break, the entire wing ended up coming off. The good news is we've got the wing off. The bad news is there is a lot of rust underneath. As you can see, we have quite a bit of rust here. The bottom's quite solid, but as soon as we come up to this top area, it's gone. We need new metal. So now we're in a situation of how do we save this wing, because I kind of need it because it's already cut for the RWB kit. The good news is it's all solid, just there's like a little hole down here, which will just need some minor fabrication, I think, just to fix it up. Next job is to get this wing off, and this one's even harder because we've got AC lines running all along where the bolts are for the fender, and we've also got the petrol cap to deal with. But in theory, I now know what to do. This should be a bit easier. Let's just crack on as always. So basically, in the funk, there's a row of 10mm bolts, and then there's a line of 10mm bolts in here. And obviously in here, it's like covered in this waxy silicone underseal type thing. and they've also covered all those bolts in that underseal. So on that side, I was flicking off the underseal to try and reveal the head of the hex bolt so I could get my socket onto it and then undo it. However, I've just had a really good idea. I wonder if I can heat this up really hot and then lay it on the head of the socket and it will melt the silicone and then I can just undo it instead of trying to scrape it. Charlie, it worked. It worked. It worked. How clever am I? But now that socket's really hot. It worked. It just melted. How clever am I? I think it's melted back into the socket. Yeah. That was hot. How clever am I? Need to break this weld. Yep, broke it. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as that side. That came off much easier. Basically a professional at removing wings on a 911 now. I'm gonna get a metal wheel, clean off all this initial rust, get some fresh metal and just see what we're dealing with and where the rust has spread. It has suddenly become a little bit more complicated. So I started sanding the skull and there was a skim of filler, which I ground away. And as I made my way to the rust point, managed to get rid of the rust and there is a hole underneath. So we need to find a way of, I think I'm gonna start leaving this to the body shop because this is kind of something for the experts. The hole here needs filling on the skull correctly. There's a bit of rust here that just needs grinding. I don't think there's a hole underneath there. Obviously where the wing was, we've got some holes here that needs sorting out. Again, that's for the body shop. I think I'm just gonna do what I can do with the rust, cleaning it all up. But when it actually comes to fixing it and sorting it, I think this is a job for the professionals. Perfect. You see, restoration work is all about helping yourself. And if you can remove a little nut and make a bit more space, then good on you, do it. Let's grind this pussy. This driver side wing has actually come up all right. We've saved this. It's structurally sound. It was just minor surface rust. Everything's good on this, so I think we've saved this wing. It looks quite good. Okay, so I am going to finish things off with a rust converter. Shake bottle, pour it out. Don't think we'll need much though. let's move this wing and do the other wing, which is properly fun. Okay, so now we need to get this car ready to get onto the transporter so we can take it to the body shop safely. What I'm going to do is temporarily bolt both wings back on so it can just be transported a bit easier instead of having to do 2 journeys, one with the car, one with the wings. So let's get these wings back on. Nope. And here it begins where I don't know where anything goes. Wait, that's obviously, that's one down, that's one down. It's actually a good practice run for when we build it back together. Oh, already damaged. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, so the day is finally here that Rokweiler is going for a full respray. Now, I did review the footage that Charlie's filmed, and it is pretty obvious that I bent the wings on camera, so the body shop's gonna have to straighten out the wings a little bit, but it should be a little bit minor fix for them. Other than that, yeah, this is quite easy. It's literally just a case of handing it over to somebody else. I can see why during car builds people use other people, because you don't have to do anything. It's just give it to someone else and it gets fixed. So yeah, let's get this onto the recovery truck and get it to Spray Tech. There, but I think I should unload the car here. Is it now? Car's handed over, keys handed over. Ian said he will sort out the wings, sort out whatever rust there is. I am sure he's very capable. He seems very confident and excited to do the respray. So yeah, 2-3 weeks, we'll be back on it. Let's go. Okay, so Ian WhatsApped me last night saying come collect Rokweiler, he's done. So that is it, that's a full respray done in 2 weeks, and I'm a little bit nervous, so let's see what he's done. It looks better without the kit. Yes, perfect. Do you know what the problem is? I'm now going to be scared to use the car. Yeah, it's literally all fixed. Shit. Should have just done this in the first place, man. Oh, he did the entire boot as well. Okay, so I've had a look over the car. It looks absolutely brilliant. It's like a proper paint job. Looks super, super glossy. We just need to get it back to her so she can get this built up because it's going to look amazing. Okay, so we got the car back from Ian. Now he temporarily bolted on the wings. I've taken them off, made sure everything's good, tidied all up the wiring, and now it's time to properly bolt on the wings and get everything back together. Now I'm going to start off with the passenger side, left-hand drive, and get everything bolted. So let's go. I've also agreed not to use power tools, and I'm doing hand tools for all of this assembly work because I feel like it's quite important to be delicate and I don't want to scratch some brand new paint. So I'm being a lot more careful. Okay, so the front wings are on, everything's bolted on, pretty happy with it all. Now it's just a case of getting the kit back on. Hang on, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's that fender on, that was pretty easy. Used the GH3 glue, G17 sorry, to glue the bolts on. Really simple actually. That's all 4 fenders on. It looks a little bit weird with it on. I'm kind of used to now seeing it with the tyres sticking out. Never mind. So just left are the bumpers and the deck. And that's it. And then a chap's going to come in to fit my windscreen and stuff because I'm too scared to do it myself. And then rock and roll, baby. Okay, so you've just seen me fit 4 corners of the RWB kit onto the car and they're straight back off again. Now, under the lighting, I was not happy with the RWB kit finish compared to Ian's paintwork. So I've gone and taken that kit to Ian to respray so we have a proper, nice matching kit to the bodywork. This morning, some nice guys, I'll tell you what happened. When we dropped this car off to Ian, I was too scared to take the back window out. So Ian called in these cool guys from Sheffield to take the back window out and put that back in. They did such a good job. I rang them and I was like, can you come and fit my front windscreen and side windows? And they were like, not a problem, Sam. So they're coming this morning to refit this because I'm too scared to do it and I don't want to be driving down the motorway and rainwater starts going in my face or something. Okay, so the most important things have been done. We've got the glass back in, I've gotten a haircut, I've gotten the kit back from Ian today, so that's all looking fresh. Now, to save you guys from re-watching me put the arches back on with the power of editing, and just like that, the arches are on. So, now let's crack on and get the rest of the kit on. So if I rotate that means I need to cut this corner off, don't I? And I'll glue it like I did, like the factory did. There we go. Okay, so it's going pretty well, surprisingly. It's actually quite straightforward to put on. Somehow I've managed to remember where all the bolts go. Everything's pretty logical. Front bumper's on nicely, all the lights are on nicely. Arches are on great. Now we're going to do the rear bumper. It's all going surprisingly very smoothly, and I'm actually very surprised because I thought I was going to forget where everything went. Okay, so the last part of this, Amy has very kindly provided new Rokweiler decals, so I just need to get this on straight, but my hair keeps getting in the way. One centimetre. Okay, so that's all the decals on. We just need to leave it a couple of hours so they can dry. Now we'll take the wheels outside because I want to give them a good clean before putting them on the car, and we need to redo the idler stencil, which I've got the stencil upstairs for, and then we are very much almost done. Yeah. quite good. Oh my God, it's actually finished. I genuinely, at one point, I didn't even think we'd get to this point, but that is it done. That's pretty much my job done. And now next time you see this, it's gonna be in that corner at an RWB build with Nakai finishing it off with some Sikaflex and a new banner. Peace out. Oh, why did I do the peace out? So as I explained, Nakai was coming back to the HQ and now he's here building Dan's RWB, and I thought it's like a perfect opportunity for him to finish Rokweiler by doing the Sikaflex all over the car. So he's Sikaflexing Dan's one and then he's going to come and finish this off. So yeah, this is pretty much completed. Stay tuned for that build.